Ah, I can breathe. But anyway, hey guys, my name is Art. Welcome to this nice new video. If you're watching this on Sunday, you know what this is. If you're watching this after Sunday, you know exactly what this is. This is the new comic book haul of the week. Yeah, I'm kind of pissed off right now. I'm slightly pissed off because my store somehow didn't get all my books this week, so I had to go to a second store to get my books. And I'm like, oh, come on. So I had to go. Now, what happens, I noticed, is that one book I'm going to show you wasn't in my box. And the reason why it wasn't in my box is because I'll explain it in a second. But anyway, let's get this started. Hope you guys had a good week. I had and this is the Memorial Day weekend, and believe me, I am very tired. I worked about almost 60 hours this week at the office. Luckily, since this is the I worked about 50. I'm sorry, I worked 50 hours this week. Yeah. No, wait, no. Sorry. I had Monday off because of my mother's procedure. She's doing fine. But yeah. But anyway, I work 10 hours Tuesday through Friday. So, because I have a 3-day weekend. But anyway, let's get this started. Captain Carter #3. I'm really liking this. At first, I didn't think. First, I said this is going to be a good series, and this really surpassed my expectations so far. Really surpassed it. Legion of X #1, and I'm trying. And I'm real. One thing that's kind of weird. That's Juggernaut. So I'm trying to figure out how is Juggernaut working with the X-Men when only mutants can come onto the island. I must have missed something. But then again, I heard in some situations you could have like a flower that lets you could have a temporary flower that lets you get onto the island. So I'm wondering how that's going to work, because I noticed that Shadowcat or Kitty Pryde couldn't get onto the island even though she was a mutant, and now she's on it. So like I said, I don't read all the X titles, so it's kind of like, what? I'm missing something, but okay. Spider-Man 2099 Exodus, featuring the new Winter Soldier 2099. So I'm interested in this, very interested. Hulk #7. This was not in my box this week. Don't know why. And see, the one thing about it is the fact that I should pay more attention. Because the funny thing is, I get emails from DC and Marvel, which tells me what releases are out every week. But I never pay attention to them. So maybe I should start paying attention to them so I know what I'm looking for, what came out. But then again, when I watch DJ Links, Gary B, low budget comments at things, Comic Vet, and I'm trying to think of anybody else offhand that I watch on a normal basis. I can't remember. And if I forget your channel, I'm sorry. I watch so many dang channels all at once, and it's kind of, so I say, oh, this is what they got this week, so I should be getting that too. And when I didn't get it, I was kind of upset. And of course, this wasn't on the shelf, so I don't know. So, and I know they've been getting shorted books, so might have to reevaluate some things. New Burn #7. Really loving this story. New Burn by Chip Zdarsky. At first, I really didn't understand Chip Zdarsky. And this guy is a really good writer. Very good. No wonder why his run on Daredevil was so great. Because, I mean, to me, Daredevil was like a D-list hero. D. Yeah, I know, nerdy. But he made it so compelling. I haven't felt compelled to read Daredevil since the early 90s. Usagi Yojimbo, number 5, Lone Golden Kid. Moon Knight, number 11. Loving Moon Knight these days. Whoever this McKay guy is, good writer. I'm telling you, I never really that big. I knew the reason why I was always a big fan of the look of Moon Knight. The TV show, in my opinion, was really awesome. And this book, this version of the book, if you get a good, but then again, it's like this: if you get a good writer, you can make magic with any book if you have a very good writer. Gunslinger Spawn, the best Spawn book out these days. I'm sorry. Gunslinger Spawn, I have more excitement off of Gunslinger Spawn than regular Spawn. Devil's Reign Omega, which was not in my box, but then again, it's not a Daredevil book per se, so I can't really complain too much. And I should check the website for my books to make sure I'm getting my stuff. But oh well. Now, this next book, I have no idea if it's on my pull list or not. I thought it is, but I gotta go check, and I should check more often. But if it's on my pull box, I can see why I didn't get it. Punisher number 3. See that with a Captain America mask on? Really nice looking right here. I love what they did with the Punisher now. I don't like the fact that they tied him with the hand, but you know, hey, if it makes the character more interesting to read, so be it. Plus, who wrote this? Jason Aaron. So far, I'm starting to like his work. I wasn't that big a fan, but now I'm slowly starting to like his work. You know, Donnie Cates, Jason Aaron, Chip Zdarsky. I'm loving the work that they do, and it's amazing. Nice segue into this next book, which should be in my pull box, but it's not. And I think the reason why, because of the fact that they rebooted the whole series for the 4th or 5th time. So I have to re-subscribe to Amazing Spider-Man. I think my shop should have said, well, hey, he usually get Amazing Spider-Man, so let's put this in his box. But no, I guess they didn't think of things that way. But I guess if you have up to 40 people getting books or something like that, you can't really remember everything. But this is interesting. So I had to pick this off the shelf at a store, which is fine. Now, did I pick up a figure this week? Of course I did. Figure that out. And this is one. And the funny thing is, like this one store I go to, I usually buy my figures from them because one, it's a small store, and I kind of like them. Of course, the markup is okay, but you know, hey, it's fine. And this is Carnage. Marvel's Legends Carnage, $24.99. Now the funny thing is that this was if I found this at Walmart or Target, it would have been $20, and I definitely would have snapped this up if I was looking for it then. But at that time, I never found it. So of course, paying $5 extra for a figure, it's not that big of a deal, right? Right. It's to the Venom Pool Build-A-Figure wave, and I'm not too big on that Build-A-Figure, but I do love Carnage. And I'm looking for a good Venom too. So anyway, now this one is something I've been looking for a while. Hold on. Sorry. I've been looking for about a year and a half ago. This book became super hot. This book became super hot about a year to a year and a half ago. And of course, when I heard about it, I have this book already, but I only have one copy. I had like 2 or 3 copies at one time, but not anymore. I.e. the flood at my dad's house. And think about this. If I would have had this copy, a one or two copies of my other two copies of this at the time, I could at least made up to $100 extra naturally. But as a comic book collector, don't really pay attention to sales per se. Don't really look at that. But the funny thing is that I was in one of my Facebook groups. It's a slab group, CGC, fans of CGC, and they was talking about this, and they was talking about slabs and stuff like that. And every now and then I read one of their posts, and then what happens? Someone says that this one group. Now, of course, CGC is the big granddaddy of all slabs. CGC is top dollar. Most prices that of comic books is worth that slab. See, they look at CGC prices. The alternative is CBCS, which is better. In some ways, they're a little bit better. Now, CGC, you know what? If, a friend of mine, he basically does all of his stuff CGC, which is fine, which is great. Problem is, you send a book to CGC, you won't see that book for almost a year. Especially since they always go to all the conventions. For example, the Motor City Comic Con, CGC was there. And people were submitting their books there. After they get their books signed, they submitted their books to them. Naturally. And plus, if I would have joined up with CGC, I could have just sent my books there too. Now, if they did like on the spot, grading kind of thing, where like at some places, well, they'll collect the books at the con, they ship them to their hotel, and they grade them and all this other stuff right then and there, and have it for you. If they did that, I would have done it. I would have done it for my book. I would have took some books there, slab these bad boys. But since I don't know if they did or not, maybe I should have asked them. If I did, I would have, whatever. And also CBCS sometimes do that too. But some people get their books faster if they fast track it. You pay extra money for it, but it's fast tracking. So you got to be very selective when you do that. I've been doing research. Plus, the prices are different if you're a member or not. CBCS, it's the same thing, membership or not. They are starting to get close to, since everybody got sick and tired of CGC's slowdowns, and plus, CGC in some sense very harsh on grading, which is good. You kind of want the harshness, but some people think they got like 9.0s and they come back at 7 or 8s, and they're bitching about it. It's subjective. Remember, it's subjective. CBCS is a little bit cheaper, but they're starting to get just as about the same slowdown as CGC. And there's a third option, a little known group called PGX, where I'm thinking about getting my books slabbed, sending my books to get slabbed from. Problem is, no one cares about PGX. And I'm also a fan. Have a fan group. I'm also part of the Facebook group, PGX Face group as well. And they're like, and a lot of those guys are like me. A slab book is a slab book. Okay. So what happens? One person on a CGC board said, "Hey, PGX books don't sell." So naturally, now funny, this is a CGC page. I naturally took a picture of my PGX slabs and said, "Hey, you said CGC books don't sell, but I bought these PGXs." And of course, I got flamed. "Oh, these books are worthless," and all this other. I said, "I'm not planning on selling books. I'm not planning on selling my books. If I was planning on selling, of course I would go there." But anyway, enough of the diatribe of that long story. Let me show you what I bought. Now, funny thing is, this book about a year and a half ago was super hot. It kind of cooled off a little bit, but it was super hot because it is a rumor of a certain character that might show up in the MCU. Now, of course, with all the MCU goodness, it could be anybody, right? But once I show you this book, you understand exactly. And I got it from PGX. what happened was when I was looking at the prices, people was trying to sell this book raw for like 60 to 80 bucks raw. I got this book slabbed for around about the same price as people was trying to sell it raw. And that's funny. So, without further ado, this is what the book is. X-Men number 4. Let me try to get the glare out. X-Men number 4 by PGX as a 7.0. This is the first full appearance of Omega Red. The reappearance of Wolverine's yellow costume. And this is, and one other thing that I never really noticed, and I should notice this. This is the last X-Men $1 book, because the next issue went, I think it was $125 and $150. So for about $60, I paid for this. I found this slabbed as a 7.0, which is fine for me, which is great for me. And people were selling raw books for 90 bucks, up to 90 bucks last year. So to me, this is a win for me. And for some reason, I found it. I just looked for it and I said, "Punk." Bought it. Now, true, you know what I could do? I could take this out of the slab and send it to the CGC. And it'll probably be a 5. But still. To me, a slab book is a slab book. It's getting close to that time again where I'm almost done with the video. And I was going to do a separate video for this, but I decided, let's tag this video on here. Tag this message onto here, or not message, but this in there, this thing. I read a graphic novel, and it's called Original Sin. For years, when I heard about this, I wanted to find this. I wanted to find the original books. But the thing is, with Original Sin, like a big storyline like this, it has all the tie-ins. And every time I keep finding the main storyline and the tie-ins. I couldn't find all the main storyline. So when I found this, and I bought it for, tell you the truth, what price is this? $30-some. This price is $30-some at this one guy from the con. Now the fun thing is, my man Taylor Made Man, the same vendor where he bought a lot of graphic novels. I bought it from this guy about a year ago for $6. So I bought this from this guy a year ago, that Taylor Made Man, where he bought a crap load of books from him. So, and the funny thing is, this is about Who Shot the Watcher. Long story short, the Watcher was attacked. It ties with Nick Fury. Nick Fury, as you know who Nick Fury is, he's the main guy, the main super spy, and he moonlighted as a intergalactic assassin to protect the Earth. So if a threat comes to Earth, let me go kill them off, and comes back. And so what happened was, he wanted to find a replacement. So he sent some heroes on an adventure. Wolverine, Captain America, Black Widow. Who was the other? And they recruited people to figure out who shot the Watcher, because the Watcher died. It turns out the Watcher was ambushed by this weird villain called the Orb or something, who's a big freaking eyeball. Him and some people, Midas or Dr. Midas or whatever, I can't remember the name. They attacked him. Then Nick Fury came up. Nick Fury found out about it, come up and basically finished him off. Turns out Nick Fury's super old because of the super soldier form, and they had the same as Cap's, wore off, and he was using his life model decoys to do all of his stuff. So it looked like he was always perfect when young. And this is the classic storyline which ties it. This was written by Jason Aaron, which is amazing. Remember I told you Jason Aaron's writing some good stuff? This is awesome. Because he also wrote Thor. And one of the big things he did was Nick Fury went to Thor. They was fighting in space. He said something. He whispered something to Thor, and all of a sudden Thor became unworthy. And he couldn't wield Mjolnir. He said it, and he's boom, couldn't lift it. End up, Jane Foster gets it, and that happens. But this is a very good story. I definitely recommend this, especially it's a whodunit because I was trying to figure out who did this, who did this, who did this. And of course, I should have known who did it because technically Nick Fury became the Watcher afterwards. I was like, I knew that, but it was kind of funny. It's funny. It's cool that when you know the storyline, so to speak, you know the ending of the storyline, but you're reading it and you're trying to figure it out who did it. Then what happens is that you find out in the Reckoning War that's in the Fantastic Four right now, the Watcher's still alive. So did the Watcher really die? I don't think so. How can you really kill somebody like that? He's one of the elders of the universe. Good point. I hope they come up with that somewhere. But Original Sin, very good read. I definitely recommend it. And you know what? That is it for the week. It's been a very good week. Especially when I got that slab, I was like happy. I was like, it should be here any day now. Any day. Any day. It showed up today. I said, now I can do this video. Oh, perfect. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching. I'm very humbled and very honored that you spend a little bit of your time in your busy life just to watch me talk about comic books and a toy. Very humbled and very honored that you would do that. And even though some people might not think I'm very appreciative of it, I am very appreciative of it. You know, if you want to share this video if you like. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, I love comments. Even if you say nice or first or last or 175, that's fine. I love it. If you're a bot, make sure you give me a like down below. If you're a bot, like it, give me a comment, like it down below. If you're a spammer trying to do some illegal stuff, don't come to my page, please. I got enough troubles in my life. Don't need no spamming guys or ladies or bots. But anyway, not spammer bots, of course. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be with you with another video very soon, sometime in the future. But not in the past. But I do have a very big selection of videos in the past if you want to check them out. Ranging from comic books, movies, to whatever. And it's almost time for me to get dinner. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.